Okay, I want to talk about right hand technique for a little bit. I use two basic approaches to right hand technique, and one is obviously pick between index and thumb, and I have sort of an unorthodox picking style. I hold the pick faced back towards the bridge, and I pick with the side of the plectrum, and I usually attack the string first with my index fingernail, and sometimes follow it up to get pinch harmonics with the thumb, just the fleshy part of the thumb. And this is sort of an unconscious thing that I've done all my life, and you know, I've learned that now I do this and I explain it to people. It's very unnatural for me to hold the pick straight up and down like that. But there's disadvantages to holding a pick like that. If it doesn't come natural to you, it's much harder to play fast because you don't have that, you know, the tip of the plectrum facing down. So I'm just letting you know how I hold it. But in the last 10 years or so, I've started, you know, following the way of Beck and palming the pick between my first and second finger, and using a lot of finger picking stuff. I only use my first two fingers. I didn't use my third finger. But I'll show you an example. It's very, very simple. It's nothing difficult, but. Another thing I do is tap on the neck itself with my thumb, and this isn't done in any specific place. It's more of a percussive thing, so it's semi-random in a sense. So let's say I have like an F inversion like this, and back to E and to C. I would play it by an alternative to tapping that would be. And as I said, it's just very percussive, different than hitting, you know, the octave, tapping the octave above, or plucking the octave above, which is something else I'll show you in a later video. But this is one of those things when you're playing along in a song and you throw something like this in, it just adds such dynamics, and it just changes things up. It grabs people's attention and gives it a completely different sound, whether you're clean or distorted. It works, you know, either way. My picking style is I use a lot of palm muting, you know, in the kind of Billy Gibbons vein of rhythm styles, and that creates the potential for a lot of dynamics. You can open things up and mute things down and get real chunky, obviously when you add a lot of thick distortion. So I'll turn it up and I'll play the same thing I played with the finger picking example, and that was A minor, and I'll play that distorted with the pick and show you how that works. I'm going to show you how I incorporate the tremolo bar into my rhythm playing. And there's a couple different techniques that I use. One is I use the bar in place of the pick. I don't even hit the chord. I just descend with the bar and bring the chord back up. So you got an ascending into the note. Another thing you can do is you can sort of tap the tempo, or double the tempo, or half the tempo with the bar as well, kind of accentuate the tempo of the song. Another technique I use with the bar is to what I call float the notes and create a little tension, sustain on the string, and give it a little vibrato, as opposed to picking the notes. Here's another tremolo bar technique that I use to create sort of an exotic feel to chords by pulling back on the bar, either pulling back or pushing down on the bar if you got it turned around towards, facing towards the back of the guitar. When I first started out playing, 10 years old, my dad introduced me to flamenco music, which I wasn't very good at, but it was my very first influence, and the first song I learned was Malagueña, and I did actually pick up some technique that I continue to use to this day, and one of those things was this flamenco-style right-hand fan picking, for lack of a better term. I'm not sure what it's actually really called, but